Hello security gurus, welcome to this new lecture. In this lecture, we are going to move our security tokens to pipeline variables. So let's jump into the action and see how we can secure our security tokens by removing those security tokens from the Azure pipeline YAML files and storing those tokens within pipeline variables. I'm on Azure DevOps dashboard and this is the Azure DevOps organization. On the right side, you see this is our Azure DevOps source code repo, and within that I've clicked on Azure pipeline.yaml file. Let's expand this file by clicking on this icon. I'll click on it. Now, as you can see, I've made few changes within our YAML file. The first change that I've done is I've added a variables keyword. Variables keyword is used to define the variables within the Azure DevOps. Now, under the variables keyword, I have defined a variable group. Variable group means that we have clubbed few variables together under a group. Since we have few security tokens, I have named the group as secure_tokens. Now, within this group, we have defined a variable with name as sonar_token. Now, this sonar_token value we can use within our YAML file. Now, this sonar_token name we can use within our YAML file, and its value will be fetched from the variables within Azure DevOps that we will create. So within Azure DevOps, we will create variable named sonar token in capital letters. So let's create a sonar token variable within the Azure DevOps pipeline and copy the value from our pipeline YAML file. I will scroll to the right. This is our security token that we need to remove from our Azure pipeline YAML file, and we need to store this security token within the pipeline variable. From our YAML file, I'll cut this value and I will replace it with this name which we have defined within Azure pipeline YAML file, which is sonar_token in small letters. Now, in order to use this name, there is a syntax within Azure DevOps. The syntax is that variable name should be called by $ and then bracket. Within bracket, we will put the variable name which is sonar_token in small letters. So that's how you refer to a variable name in Azure pipeline YAML file. So I'll repeat the syntax. The syntax is $. It will start with $. After $, we will have to provide a bracket, round bracket. Then we need to provide the name of the variable to be referred within YAML file, which in this case is sonar_token, and then we will close the bracket. Let's now create a pipeline variable. As you can see, we have defined that there will be a pipeline variable within secure_tokens group, and the pipeline variable name will be sonar token. In order to create pipeline variables, we will have to open the library. So I'll exit from full screen mode. I'll click on this. Now on the left side, select the pipelines option, and then within pipelines, you will see library. Let's open this in a new tab. Let's switch to the library window. As you can see, this is the library window, and within that we can define variable groups. As you remember, we have defined a variable group as secure_token. Let's first define a variable group by clicking on variable group button. Let's provide the variable group name same as we have defined within our Azure pipeline.yaml file. The variable group name is secure_tokens in capital letters. So I will define the same name. So I've defined the variable group name as secure_tokens in capital letters. We can also link secrets from Azure Key Vault, but right now we are just defining a variable. In order to define a variable, you will see this heading variables, and in order to add a new variable, we need to click on add button. Let's click on it. Now we need to provide a name to this variable. Now this name should match with the variable name we have defined in our YAML file. Let's see the name that we have defined in the YAML file. As you can see, within the YAML file, we have defined the name as within variables, there should be sonar token capital letters variable. So I will define the same variable name here. I'll type sonar token in capital letters, and I will paste the value of the sonar token that we have cut from our YAML file. As you can see, this is the value that we have cut from our YAML file. We can also secure this token. We can change the value of this variable to secret by clicking on this lock symbol. By clicking on this lock symbol, this value will be hidden. So as you can see, the value has been hidden. Now let's save this variable group and variable that we have created. I'll click on save button. As you can see, now the variable has been saved. So our variable group name is secure_token. Let's verify it against our YAML file. You can see the name is secure_token, and then we need to define a variable sonar token within this group, and we have defined sonar token within this group. Now let's test our changes by changing the display name of this step. I'll change the display name as integrate SAST using Sonar Cloud to populate code coverage and secure pipeline variable in Azure DevOps. So I have made a change in the display name, and I will commit this file. I'll add the comment as moved the security sonar token to pipeline variable and made changes to Azure pipeline.yaml file. Let's commit this file. As you can see, the commit has been successfully created and our pipeline would have already started the execution. Let's see the build execution. I'll go to pipelines, then I'll click on pipelines. As you can see, the pipeline is already running. Let's click on it. Let's click on the latest pipeline execution. You can see the latest pipeline execution by just now keyword on the right. Let's click on this. Let's click on the job to see the logs related to job. And you can see our step is currently executing. The step name we have changed as well, which is integrate SAST using Sonar Cloud to populate code coverage and secure pipeline variable in Azure DevOps DevSecOps pipeline. Let's wait for some time until the build is completed. I'll pause the video now and see you again in some time. Welcome back. As you can see, our job has been successfully completed and our new step has been successfully completed as well, and there is no error in running Sonar Cloud analysis. I've clicked on this step to view the logs related to this step. I'll scroll down and we can see that the analysis run by Sonar Cloud is successful. Let's verify the changes on Sonar Cloud dashboard as well. I'll switch to Sonar Cloud. As you can see, this is the old analysis. I will refresh this page, and you can see that the analysis has been refreshed and it ran just now. So that's how we moved our security tokens from YAML file to pipeline variables within Azure DevOps library. I hope you have learned something new. You enjoyed the lecture. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lecture.